This video will be about setting up NinjaTrader, charting, and about the features I think are most useful in NinjaTrader. So the first thing I would like to show you is how to create a workspace. So we go to workspaces, and right there you can see that I currently have some workspaces there, but I'm going to show you how to create a new workspace. So you go new and you enter a name for your new workspace. So let's call it example 1 workspace, alright? So now when you select workspace, you can see that we have the example 1 workspace already active because it's green. So let's now create a chart for this workspace. So you go into new, chart, and right there you either type or select instrument. So let's say that we want, for example, euro pound. In this place, you select what type of data you want and what values you want. What this means is that if you want, for example, 30 minutes chart, you select minute as a type of data, and right there you type 30. This is 30 minutes chart. If you want 1 hour chart, then you type 60. If you want a 4 hour chart, you type 240. Alright? So let's go, for example, for a 30-minute chart, and let's now set how many days of data we want to load. So you set this thing in here. So if you want to load, for example, 50 days of data, you type in 50. Alright? That's it. It's pretty simple. The other options that we have there is basically just the visual options of the candles. So I don't really think that you need to change anything there. So you press OK and the chart will load for you. As you can see, this is a 30-minute chart of the euro pound, 50 days of data. Now you can change the instrument in this chart window at this place. So right there you can select what instrument would you like to view, or you can just type the name of the instrument in the chart and switch instruments this way. So let's say that now we want to go to euro dollar, so I'll just type euro dollar and I press enter. Alright, this is the euro dollar. If you want to change the time frame, you can do it in here. So we can change it, for example, to 15-minute time frame or to 1 hour time frame. Also, you can save new instruments like in the MetaTrader right there at this place. So you just press this plus button and you can create new instrument in here. Alright, so now we have two instruments, euro dollar and euro pound. I personally prefer to change the instruments by typing the instrument name in the chart. I don't really like having all the instruments that I trade right there in the bottom, because the more instruments you have there, the more data you need to load, because data for all those instruments load every time you start NinjaTrader, and all the time you have it running, the data keeps updating, so it slows the NinjaTrader down, especially if you are using volume-based indicators like volume profile or VWAP. Having more symbols will slow down your computer significantly. So for that reason, I prefer to only have one symbol active, and when I want to change to another, I just select it from here or just type in instrument name and press enter. As far as the speed of NinjaTrader is concerned, what is also pretty important is that the more data you load, the slower NinjaTrader will be. Again, this applies only if you are using some volume-based indicators, because they do a lot of calculations. There are billions of calculations those indicators do. So the more data you load, the more calculations there are. So if you want to make it as fast as possible, then load only the amount of data you really need. So if you want, for example, to take intraday trades, then you don't really need to load, for example, 50 days of data. 10 days is enough, or 15 days is enough. All right. So make sure you don't load too much data, because it could slow down your NinjaTrader. Now let me save the workspace by pressing workspaces and pressing save. And let me now start a new one. I'll call it example 2. And this workspace will have 2 charts. So I'll go new, chart, let's say euro-dollar, 60-minute chart, and we will load 15 days. This will be one chart. And now I'll create another chart. This will also be euro-dollar. And I'll make this one a 5-minute chart. I'll load 5 days of 5-minute chart. So now we have euro-dollar 60-minute chart, euro-dollar 5-minute chart. Let's say that this is our workspace number 2. Now let me save this workspace. And also I'll close this one, I'll remove this one. So now we have 2 workspaces loaded. The workspace called example 2 is active right now. As you can see, it's green, so it's active. But example 1 is also opened and it's loading data. It's not visible, but it's sort of active. So this is the workspace number 2. And when I press this shortcut, which is Shift and F3 key, then it will automatically go to the first workspace. All right? So this is how you can quickly go from one workspace to another workspace. In my own trading, I have one intraday trading workspace and one swing trading workspace. And I also change them like this, like I showed you. Right? This is how I can quickly change from intraday trading workspace to a swing trading workspace. Now let me show you a neat trick how to link the symbols of those 2 charts. So in the first chart, you go in here, it says instrument link, and you choose a color for this chart. So let's go, for example, for red. And in the second chart, we will do the same. All right. So now, when you change the instrument in one chart, it will automatically change in the second one. So let's, for example, change to 6E symbol, which is Euro futures. And as you can see, it also changed in the second chart. This is pretty handy in workspaces like that, especially if, for example, your workspace consists of 2 or 3 or 4 charts that show the same symbol, that show the same instrument. Then you can change instruments in all those charts very quickly. There is another feature which I like to use, and the feature is called Global Crosshair, right there. What this means is that if you have it active in both charts, so let me activate it in the second one too, you move around one chart and it also shows in the other one. So for example, if you are analyzing the charts on the 5-minute chart, this one, the potential trading level that you are looking into also shows on the left chart, in this case in the 60-minute chart. I'm on the left chart, moving over the left chart. As you can see, the right chart is moving because I would be moving out of the screen. So it's moving But if you want to stop the moving, because sometimes it's a bit annoying if the chart's moving all the time like this, so you want to select this option. It's called global with no time scroll, and in this case it won't scroll at its own. Alright? I prefer it this way, so it's not that annoying, it's much more clearer, but I guess it's just a matter of preference. One more feature which I use is a pretty simple feature. It's drawing the line. You draw a line by pressing the F6 key, and as you can see in this case, the line is drawn only on the one chart which I had selected. What I prefer is to have the line visible on all the charts that show the symbol that I am analyzing. So I select the line, then I right click it, I go to properties, and in here I select that I want to show this line in all the charts with this current symbol. So now the line should also be visible on this chart. Here it is. Here's the line. Alright? When I move it, you can see that both of them move. What I also like to do with the lines is that if I create a level and I draw the line there, I don't want it to move it by accident. So I go to properties and I lock the line right there. So now the line cannot be moved by mistake, which is pretty handy because it just happens all the time that you move the line by mistake. What is also pretty handy is if we go back to the line properties, you can also create a template for the line. So we can, for example, change color of the line. Let's go for green. Let's say that it will be a bit wider, so I'll go for width 3. And let's also make it a dash. Alright, so let's say that we want to save this setting that we just set for a line which we will use for long levels, for strong supports. So you go to templates, you go to save, and you save it, for example, as a long. Save it. Alright, here is our line. So now, let's say that we've done our analysis. Let's say that we see a strong support in this place. Then we draw a line there, go to properties, templates, load, and we will load this template. As you can see, it created the line in both charts with the settings we set as the template, which is also pretty useful because you don't need to set the properties of the line every time. Alright, so that's for the handy features I use with NinjaTrader in my own trading. I hope you like them, I hope that you will be using them, and I'll see you in the next video.